Hey, my friends, it is Tom, the Furry Hacker Guitar, coming out to you live today. And I want to go and just tell you guys today is a really, really special day. We actually have a really great story that you guys have been hearing about lately here with the incredible stuff that we've been doing online lately. I mean, I'm so excited to introduce this gentleman out today. And before I do that, I want to share some cool results I've been having with my system. Like today I just got a company check for $32.40. It's really cool, and there's my name right there. Guitar coming out to you live today. Oops, hold on. And I want to go turn that down. Tell you guys today is a really, really special day. Hold on. Sorry about that. Hold on that. Okay, and this is like from the other week. So let me see, 1935 right there. So I mean that's right there, man. I mean that just shows you that this company is sending you checks in the mail. And then you can actually show proof and stuff like that. So that's really awesome. And then plus yesterday I had two $3,500 payments. So I mean right there, I mean money is just crazy right now, just coming in. And then you guys are about to see an explosion with our team members just in the next 2 weeks. So look on their timelines and all of that. Michael's showing his right there. Let me see. Show it again. Oh, okay. Yeah, he got one for $12.80 right there. Is that your only one right there? You got another one? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna share. Michael is actually. I'm gonna be introducing Michael. I remember meeting Michael back in the old days of the internet. Actually, it's not that old, but it's 2007, 2008, and I was just actually learning how to market online. I didn't know. I barely knew anything how to market online. I just knew how to like do a video and then throw it up there or something like that, and kind of dilly-dallying and go, what's this SEO? I don't. Is it SEO or I mean, what is this thing? What does it do? I didn't know anything about SEO, search engine optimization. I didn't know about all these ways where you can get more people to look at your YouTube stuff. I just knew how to have a creative brain for putting a furry hat on and then creating some really cool ad copy that I learned from Mike Dillard's program, magnetic sponsoring, and I would just put that like on a video or something like that. So I would see this one guy on there all the time, just like flashing all this cash and everything. And I remember he had a time where he had a video where he had a person at his house open one of his FedEx envelopes, and then he had the guy took it out and he said, "You count the cash." So the guy goes, "Okay, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, all the way up to like $3,500. And then the guy's like, "Oh man, that's pretty cool. I want to become part of that." And then he like made a sale like right on the spot, like right there. And the guy was going to give him like $3,500 of his own money right there. And so the reason why I tell you all this stuff, because I want you guys to really, really listen to the creative mind behind a gentleman who used to run pizza restaurants for a living at Domino's. I love Domino's personally. I just had some last night actually, deep dish baby, right? Sausage and pineapple. But anyways, I had some of this pizza, and actually they make it fresh now. They no longer make it frozen anymore. So I guess Michael will share that story. But So Michael Martin is going to be coming out to you and sharing his story, and then after that, we're going to have some of the team member stories, sharing you exactly what's been going on with them. And other than that, Mr. Michael Martin, take it away, my friend. It is all yours.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. I remember that video too that you mentioned, Tom, and you got the story a little bit wrong. The only thing that you got wrong on that story was I actually went to his house. So it was a prospect. Yeah, it was a prospect that, wanted to talk to me, and I just off the cuff brought my camera and brought the package to the house, and I threw the package to him. I said, "Why don't you open it?" And I videotaped him, and I walked out of there with $3,500, because he was so blown away by it, so.
$7,000 in cash.
Yeah, it was it's powerful when you do that type of thing, but. So, you guys, seen the advertising, you've, heard about, ex-Domino's guy. So, I mean, basically, just so you know how this Hangout's going to work, I'm just going to go through and tell you, how I got here. A little bit what I went through, my story. Because people always see me, right now, they see me successful, but, I've had my struggles as well, just like all of you have. and you're going to find out in this story. And then once I'm done telling my part, we're going to talk. And hold on, my picture. I just lost my picture. There we go. You know, and I'm going to talk to some other people here on the group so you can hear from them as well. So, so me, Don.
Uh-oh. Did you freeze up?
So, right? True. I worked about 22 years. Can you guys see me?
Yeah. You froze up for a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, worked for Domino's Pizza for 22 years. It was actually pretty much my only job. I had one other one you'll hear about in a minute, but you know, I started when I was 15, answering phones, became a driver at 16, back when the rules were you could deliver at 16. Became a manager at 18, and then you know, became a supervisor, regional supervisor. I just climbed the corporate ladder until I kind of tapped out there, and then left and franchised, you know, and opened up my own Domino's Pizza stores. And you know, it was a good career. I was really good at it, and you know, how can you not be? You know, doing it for 22 years, right? It's not because I was a genius. Just you do something long enough, you get really good at it. But towards the end of my career, like, you know, right around the 22-year mark, I started to not like what I was doing. You know, I didn't like it anymore. I just had, you know, I woke up every day dreading doing it, and so I knew I had to make a change. And so I made a 5-year exit plan. You know, I sat down and said, okay, this is how I'm going to get out. But life, you know, as it does, had a, you know, a completely different plan for me. And one thing that kind of spun my life out of control a little bit is, you know, my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and she lived over on the East Coast. I lived on the West Coast, and she was going to need some help. You know, my dad was taking care of her and doing a great job, but you know, if you've ever taken care of someone who's sick before, it's tough. You know, it's hard, especially when you've got to work and you've got to bring in money and that type of thing. So I was in a good situation at the time. My store was very successful. I had people running it. So basically, what I did was, I'd fly back there and hang out, you know, and help my mom, help my parents. I'd stay there for a couple months. I'd fly back to California for a week or two, you know, say hi to my family, check in on the business, fly back over there, and I did this back and forth for a year. And then once it got to a year, I realized this was going to take, you know, longer than expected, and my sales on my store started going down. You know, the Domino's sales started dropping on me, and I knew I had to do something. I knew I either had to focus on my business and spend less time with my mom, or get rid of the business and just focus full time on my mom. And so the decision was easy for me at the time. I decided, you know, I'm going to get rid of the Domino's. And so I put it up for sale. I sold it. I got out of that business. And someone, can you guys mute? Someone's not muted there. I think it might be Gail. Let's see, I'll mute her. So I went to, you know, I had to get rid of the store, you know, and focus on my mom. So what I did was I went out. Sorry, I keep getting. Gail, can you mute out for us?
I am frozen.
Okay. Let me see if I can mute you on this side. Maybe Tom can. Anyways, I'll try to get through it. I can hear you ruffling around over there. So, anyways, back to the story. Yeah, so I decided to focus on my mom. So I sold the Domino's Pizza store, and it was really good at the beginning. You know, I sold it. You know, made some good money from it, paid off all my debt, and then continued the journey with my mother. And you know, that had a lot of things that we had to do. We had to travel and to different places because she wanted to do a lot of homeopathic stuff. So it was the same thing for the next year. It was me flying down there and staying there for a month or two, flying back. Sometimes I'd take my family with me. My mom, you know, stayed in a hospital in Mexico for some special homeopathic treatment. And I basically lived there with her for like 3 weeks. You know, I slept right in the bed next to her, ate at the hospital. I lived at the hospital with her, and went through that whole process, you know, for the next year. And you know, and then it finally came to an end. You know, I don't mean to want, you know, I'm not here to bum everybody out, but you know, she didn't make it. And then, you know, when when I came back to reality here, um, I had, I was still spending like I was making a multiple six-figure income, but I wasn't making that anymore. And I, through the traveling and helping them out with bills and paying my bills and all that type of stuff, I basically went through everything. I spent most of my money, maxed out all my credit cards, and it was right when the recession started. All right, it couldn't have been a worse time. And next thing you know, just to get health insurance for my family and get food on the table, I'm working at Home Depot in my late 30s. I'm at Home Depot, and I'm stocking shelves next to teenagers. In fact, my boss was like, just turned 20, right? So talk about a humbling experience, being at the top of my game, top of my industry for years. We're talking for years, and then all of a sudden being in that position, it was very, very humbling. And I'm not a good employee, I can tell you right now. When I was working there, I was getting all kinds of trouble, doing my own thing, and I had my ideas of how they should run it, and so I was always getting in conflict with them, and so it was rough. I had to swallow it, after a while, because I didn't want to lose the job, and I had to provide insurance for my family. I had to feed them, and but they paid nothing. If you guys know that, I think I worked 40 hours a week, full time, after taxes and insurance. I took home $1,600. I mean, that wouldn't even pay my light bill for my store when I had it. That was like such a small amount of money. So I ended up having to go bankrupt. Went bankrupt, and then I had to find something. I had to find something, and I didn't want to create another business again, not another brick and mortar business, because it takes you about 5 years to get into profit. It costs, for a Domino's, it costs $250,000, and that's not a 30-year mortgage that's spread over 30 years. That's a 5-year loan. So you're talking $5,000-$6,000 a month payment, and you're in debt for the first 5 years. You don't make money till year 6. I didn't have 5 years. I needed money now. I needed it right this second. So and I didn't want to work the hours that it takes for one of those types of businesses. So I did like what probably every one of you on here has done, is I went to the internet. I hit the internet, and I started searching, how to make money from home, and doing these, all those types of things. And I failed a lot. I got into a few things, I tried things, and I kept failing, I kept failing, I kept trying, and then after a while, I started to finally find some success. And the way I finally found success was I just started to get focused. It's such, because when saying no to your family sucks. When someone, or your wife wants something, and always been able to say yes, and now having to be able to say no, like my daughter's, cheerleading, and the uniforms like $2,000, and all that stuff. I'd be just in constant panic mode on how I'm going to get this money, how I'm going to take care of my family, and how I'm going to get this. And so I would work on something and get in a business, and I'd be in it for like 2 or 3 weeks or 30 days, and then all of a sudden someone would be showing me something else, and I'd jump over to that, and I'd jump over to this, or I would stay in a business, but I would do that, I would jump with marketing strategies. So I'd stay in the business, I'd try this marketing strategy for a couple weeks and go, that doesn't work, I'd jump over to this next strategy, that doesn't work, I'd jump over to the next one, and do that type of thing. So I was doing those things and a combination of all that stuff. And it's just the perfect formula for failure, And I'm stubborn, so I did it for a long time. I did it for a long time before, I finally listened to somebody, and basically what they told me, and same thing I'm going to tell you, is they said just pick something, pick something that you love, try to make sure the business converts really well, try to make sure that you have a really good team put together, And when you get in there, pick one marketing strategy. One single marketing strategy, and master that strategy. Okay? And when you got the leads coming in and the sales coming in that you want, then move to the next marketing strategy, and add that in and layer them in one at a time, one at a time, and one at a time. And the word is consistency. That's the word. Everybody asks me, my secret, and it's consistency. You have to be consistent, and consistently focus on the one thing and just do it day in, day out, over and over again. And if you do that, you're going to build your business, one brick at a time, and the next thing you know, you're gonna find success. But you're not going to find it by being a scatterbrain. You're not. You're not going to find it by jumping around different things. And that's what I did for a long time. And it was such a relief when you finally figure out this game. When you get in it and you finally realize how to do it, how to have success. So, what you're going to hear here on this panel, with me, I've got a few more things. Matter of fact, let me show you real quick. Well, before I do that, this business that you're looking at now, NWC, I wasn't looking for a business when this was presented to me. I had a successful business, and I was making good money, and I still have it, and still making good money from it. And I wasn't looking for anything. And Tom, my buddy here, approached me one day and said, "Man, you got to check out this business, man. It's got a great, comp plan, and it's residual." And I was like, "No, Tom, I don't want, I don't get the time. I'm happy. So he kept bugging me, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad he kept on me. But I kept watching him, at the corner of my eye, see him making $2,000 a month, and $3,000 a month, and $5,000 a month. And then I think when he hit around $10,000 a month, it caught my attention because the businesses that I do were direct sales one-off commissions, right? Big commissions, they come frequently, but if I stop working, the money stops coming in. So I've always wanted to build some type of residual thing. So I was like, all right, I'll take a look at this thing. So about a little over 4 weeks ago, matter of fact, I'm in my 5th week right now, just starting my 5th week, and I finally said yes and got in and started sharing it. And right away I was blown away with how quickly it converted. Converted really quick, and I dug into it to try to figure out why, and it's really simple. It's really two things. First thing is it's a low price point. The stuff I do is high ticket. The average price is $3,500, so $175 is pretty low ticket for most things out there. But what made it even more interesting, even if you thought that was high ticket, if that's high ticket for you, and I understand if you're thinking that, okay? Because I remember back in the Home Depot days, if someone told me it cost $100 to get into something, they might as well told me it cost $100,000 to get into it, because it meant the same thing to me. It was $100 was so much money, when I was in that rough spot. But you got to get out of that mindset, But the cool thing is about this is your first sale, you get to break even. Think about that, okay? Your first sale, you go out there and make a sale on something that's converting like crazy, and you're at break even. All right, if I had something like this back in my panic mode days, because one of the things I panicked about when I joined something was how am I going to cover the monthly cost? As soon as I got in, most things have some bills $60, $100. I would get in and immediately be like, in panic mode, because I got 30 days to make this, to bring in enough people to cover that cost, because I know I don't have the money to continue it 30 days from now. So, and in most businesses, they're very small commissions, and you got to bring in 4, 5, 6 people before, and they're like volume based. So, you have to bring in that amount of people before you can cover your costs. Well, with this, one person, and you're at break even. Now you can sit back, you can relax, you can take a deep breath, right? You can dive into the strategies that we have here as a team, and we have some great ones. And like I said, pick one, master it, and dive in with the knowledge that you know your monthly stuff is covered. 2 sales and you're profiting every month. I mean, that's why it's converting like crazy. And let me show you, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Actually, I'm just going to share this thing here. You guys nod when you can see this? Can I get a collective panel nod? There we go. Okay. So this is just a quick screenshot here. Why does it come out? Oh, hold on, guys. I lost it. Let me go back. Come on. Work with me, buddy. Work with me. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta find it here. Let me fumble through everything. All right, here we go. All right. So this is a snapshot of my back office, and I just took this a few minutes before we went live on the Hangout. And let me pull this up to make sure you guys, could you guys see that when I was showing it? Okay, cool. So $16,300 in 5 weeks, okay? And $9,300 of that is monthly residual money. So that's money that's coming in month after month after month that I don't have to do any work for anymore. All right, and that alone right there works out to a little over $111,000 a year income that I was able to create in a measly 4 weeks, a little over 4 weeks. And that $111,000 doesn't even include the other extra money, because there's other one-off levels, higher ticket levels that you can make a lot of great money from too. So, you know, this is a very lucrative system that we have here. But what's important about this is it's, you know, a lot of people will say, Mike, you know, you're successful, you know, now. You know, we've heard your story, but we know you're successful now. You've been successful for a while. You know, we expect you to make that money. What's awesome here is we have a team of people that are making money from all walks of life. We have newbies coming in here and making money. We have, you know, intermediate people, gurus, you know, single moms, you know, teenagers, you know, just every level you can imagine of people are in this group and on this team, and they're and making money because of how well this converts on top of the training we have. You know, traffic, you have to have traffic, right? You can't have a business without traffic. We have incredible traffic strategies that are contributed by all the leaders. I contributed my Facebook strategy. Tom's contributed his YouTube strategy and a couple other things. Some other people, a Craigslist strategy. I mean, we have so many things back there for you to tap into. It's really mind-blowing. And I want to show you this other page here that you can go to. Before I do that, let me share it, so I'm not just talking and not sharing. And this time I'm going to do it the right way. All right. So if you can see this link on the screen, if not, you know, get to your sponsor. They can come in and get this link, but it's decidefreedom.team/testimonial.html. This is a page that I put together, and if you scroll down it, it's just testimonial after testimonial of our team members just coming in and making sales. And there's people on here, you know, right here. Chris, 2 days working the system, made 3 sales. You know, this works. I made, you know, let's see. I know I made 4 for sure. I just got a paid sign up back in again. Just got my first paid sign up. You know, just on and on and on. You know, you can go through this on your own, but I mean, look, I just keep scrolling on forever. I mean, there's just so many right here. I just got my very first all-in sale. I mean, people are coming in here and making money. Okay, people that haven't made money before in anything else, and they come here and they're making money. So if you can't read that URL, just ask your sponsor for it. They have the URL. They'll give it to you. You can come check it out. It's pretty freaking cool, the amount of success stories we have. I have literally never seen the amount of success that we're having in here and anything else I've ever been in. You know, I can always go in and make money and have success, but duplication has always been a problem. And here we have duplication in spades, because you can't have long-term success without duplication. If you're doing it all yourself, you're going to burn out. And, you know, I think I did a video one time. You may or may have not seen it. I was only 10 days into this business, and I already had 13 pass-ups. I already had 13 pass-up sales. I mean, that was mind-blowing to me. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was bringing people in. They were getting their system set up. They were plugging into one of our strategies back there and making a sale the same day they signed up. Okay? Now, everybody's different. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you. You know, a lot of this depends on your work ethic, your drive, your ability to follow directions. You know, but there's one thing I can guarantee you is if you plug into our team and you do what we say to do, you follow what we do, and you don't quit, you're going to make money. You're going to make money. I mean, it's going to happen. The only way it's not going to happen is if you quit, or if you get in there and do what I did back in my dumb years and you know, think you know everything, you know, and go, no, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that, I'm going to plug this in and plug that. Don't do it, guys. You know, just plug in what we already have. Why reinvent the wheel, right? Plug in, do what's already there. Then when you get the money coming in, by all means, test, try all kinds of different things, do whatever you want. But wait till you get some money coming in. You know, wait till the money's coming in, and, you know, and you're feeding your family and you're paying your bills, and maybe even you quit your job. You know, then do some different things. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce you to some of these team members, okay? Because some of these people, you know, are these people that I'm talking about that, you know, may not have had success before but are having success now. Some people like Tom have had success before but was attracted to this business anyways. So I'm going to start here, guys. I'm going to start with my left, and that's going to be you, Frank. And Frank, before you come on, are you there, by the way? You look kind of frozen there.
I'm here.
My thing. Are you there? Okay, all right. So I want to introduce Frank. You know, Frank's like, you know, the epitome of a workhorse. You know, this guy gets in and just, you know, works. He's been in some other businesses and he's had moderate success. He's not a newbie, you know, but he's always been struggling to find that consistent flow. And when he got in here, man, it was the same thing. He plugged in, and then boom, like within a week, he was passing up sales to me. He brought in a six-figure earner, which, you know, never happens to, you know, with someone who's just coming into the business or who's just, you know, intermediate type of a guy. And he just blew it away. He's had incredible success. So Frank, you know, tell us why. Why do you think, you know, you had success with this when you couldn't find, you know, consistent success in your other projects?
Hey, Michael, thanks for having me on here. I'm happy to be here and part of this team. So let me just say this, is that, yeah, duplication has always been my problem, and you brought up that point before. So I think that's where the success is starting. And I can't even say this again, but I'm going to. Once again, you know, right before the webinar starts, I'm not sure if you guys could see this, but Success called my phone, and another new team member took action. So once again, we put together this wonderful panel on this webinar, and people are taking action. You know why? They're seeing the value. I mean, the value goes beyond the business. The business supply is giving us a model, a compensation plan, and a model that's working strongly. But the value is with this team right here. This panel across the board is where the value is at. I mean, I've never been a part of a team that has multiple training sites, weekly webinars, weekly training webinars. It's all there for the duplication, to create the duplication. So someone could literally step in, follow a system, and have success themselves, you know. And you made one of the key point early on. It really is about daily consistent action, and I try to stress this to every single person I work with. If you take that daily consistent action, it will pay off. So, you know, and that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm happy to be a part of this team.
Awesome, Frank. Yeah, it's been great watching you kill it, man. It really
Thank
is.
you.
So thanks for coming out here and sharing that.
All right.
Next person, Gail. I'm going to bring you out now. I personally don't know Gail personally. We haven't really chatted personally, but I've seen her in the group. I've seen her in the chat, and some of those testimonials I have on that page are from her. Gail, can you come up and tell a little bit too? Why you've been having success in this? Why do you think it's been working for you? We just lost Gail. She just completely fell out. All right, so we're going to move right to the next one, Holly. Oh, wait a minute. Gail seems to be coming back here. Hold on. We may give her a second run at this.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Michael?
Yes, I can, Gail. Go ahead. Tell us why you think this is working out so well for so many people.
Well, I think a big part of it is the team aspect, and I apologize if you're having trouble with my connection.
You're good right now.
Okay. I have built thousands in residual a month before, but my teams couldn't duplicate. And in this case, not only has my team duplicated, my team has a downline. Now, that says it right there. Okay? If it's a true system, you're going to be able to follow the steps, you're going to be able to get in the groups, and you're going to be able to get sales quickly. And then you're going to be able to turn around and plug those sales into the same system. So, to me, that's invaluable, and that's a big part of my success. The other part of it is getting the visibility by being part of the groups. I was approached today by a big MLM person that gave me a list of questions that I have to go research before they'll join us, but just the fact that they're interested in me versus Tom or you tells me that I'm getting good visibility online. So, the product is top rate. Not only do you get to make money, but I also want to point out this is a 16-year debt-free, A+, Better Business Bureau rated company. Okay, this isn't a fly-by-night that's going to implode in a few months. This is a set company. And you also get travel discounts, grocery savings, and some good products that you're actually remarketing. So I think the whole package works well, Michael. And again, sorry if you're having trouble with my connection.
No, you were great right there. And you're right. That's the other thing. You bring up a good point there. It's one thing that's blown me away. There's so many things that have blown me away, but the fact that the amount of 6-figure and 7-figure people that are attracted to this as well. It's not just the average internet marketer out there. I mean, some big people, and they're all on our team. It seems. It's like the amount of them that are here on this team under one roof is I've never seen anything like it before, and. They come in, and some of them are under the radar. They come in and they're asking questions. And they're joining people like you. One joined Frank over here. I've signed up a few of them. Tom signed up a few of them, and it's just all walks of life. That's how powerful this is right now. Everybody has just got their eyes on this. So next person I'm going to go to, if you can mute yourself out, Gail. I'm going to go over to Holly. And the same question to you, Holly. You've come in here. I see you out there. Adding people to the group. I see you're making sales. I don't know a whole lot of your history, if you've had success before or not. But can you come out and just let us know why you think this is working so well?
There we go. You can hear me now.
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this has been absolutely a beautiful experience. I don't know how else to put it. I've been marketing online for about 2 years. Before that, I was full-time corporate American girl working 12, 16-hour days. My kids were in daycare. I loved my job. I loved what I did, but I hated that my kids just sat in daycare all day. It absolutely killed me. So I lost my job, and I just decided, I'm like, you know what? I am going to figure this stuff out. And I had the blessing to be able to learn and up my skills a little bit for the past couple years. And I honestly haven't had a lot of success online in my past. It was like when I started, it was like maybe a sale every 3 months. Then I started upping my skills a bit. I would start getting like 1 to 3 sales a month. You know, and then little things here, little affiliate things here, it was okay. But when I saw what Tom was doing and I saw the results that he was having, and you know, it was just looked like a lot of fun, and it looked like all the pieces were there. The commission program, and all of that in itself was incredible. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. The time was right. Everything looked like it was in place, so I just made the jump, and I came in at all 3 levels. I made my investment back within 48 hours. My kid's coming in here screaming, so I apologize.
Yeah, no problem.
Life of a work-at-home mom, but that's, you know, I'm really, really thankful. Hey, baby. So since I've been in this program, sorry guys. Since I've been in this program, that 1 to 3 new member thing has actually come from being 1 to 3 a month. I actually had 3 members come in today. So it was my first like 3 sale a day. Yay!
Nice.
So that was awesome. Yes. And you know what? And my team members are coming in excited, and they're coming in ready to take action, and they're taking action, and a lot of them are starting to duplicate and have results too. And that in itself is super exciting, because we have something that not a lot of places have. A lot of things online I've seen make things like really, really complicated, and you have to do this and then go set this up. Where we have something here that is really unique, and it's very simple and streamlined and easy to plug in, easy for anyone to just, if you can follow directions, you can do this. And that's made all the difference in the world. And I'm seeing people's lives change every day. I mean, I wake up pumped up and excited for the day because I'm seeing so many people have success. And when you join with a group of people who are having success, it's like it's contagious. There's nothing else you can do but have success. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about this team and this opportunity and what it's doing. And I'm here like flags planted. This is my home.
Awesome.
Down and get her real quick.
Yeah, no problem, man. You know, thanks for coming out. You know, and it's you know, and what I love about this whole thing, you know, all the different walks of life, you know, and you're, you know, you're working from home, you're a mom, and you have, you know, you have 5 kids, right?
I do. Yep.
5 kids. You know, single mom working at home. I mean, that's, you know, and she's still finding time to slam out 3 sales a day. You know, I mean, that's just awesome. You know, that's awesome, and exactly, power mom right there. But that just goes to show you, you know.
Do you know, we have the systems, and it's the perfect scenario, truly, because everything is set up like in an automation, systematic process that it truly, anyone can do it. Time-wise, you know, I just get up a little bit earlier in the morning. I make sure I have some time in the afternoon, and I make sure I make time at night. I mean, the way that it's set up, it's just systematic, and it works.
Right, yeah. I was talking the other day, you know, and I told you how I have 1 daughter, you know, and it's a handful for me. I don't know how you do 5 and run a business, so I have much respect there for you, that's for sure. Thank you for coming out, Holly. Thanks.
Yeah.
So the next person here I want to bring out is a guy named Kurt. You know, same thing with Kurt, man. So you're going to see the same story over and over again. You know, people coming in, you know, and they're making sales. So, you know, Kurt, you know, what's your opinion, man? Come out here and let us know why you think this is blowing up.
Well, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You know, I think the reason why everyone is having so much success with this, especially not even just people like you and Tom have been having success for a while, but people who've just gotten started. I've seen people, this is their first actual experience making money online or having success. And I think it has to do with a few things. First of all, it's a very low startup, very low ticket, very low price point. We have a team that has, you know, so much support and so much training that you could find a strategy that resonates with you and just go with it and you can have success. And the fact that it duplicates so well. I mean, within the first 3 days, I recouped my investment back, and that's, for me, it's a first. And usually it would take me a month or 2 to get back my investment in something. And it would always take me like if at all. It would take me like maybe 5 to 10 sales to do it. With this, is this I got in all in at the 175. I got my 175 back in 3 days, and I have team members that are already having success. We're already bringing people in. The funny thing, the other day, I just had someone message me and say, hey, how do I pay you? How do I get in? So that's pretty cool. But I think really it's the fact that you have so much, so many different types of people on this team, so many different skill levels and different skill sets that anybody can come into this business with our team, no matter who they join with. You know, whoever invited you to this hangout, you know, you click that link below, you'll join them, but you're going to get all the same training and the same support as if you join me, Michael, Tom, or anyone else on this panel. So that's what I got to say about it.
Nice, thanks a lot. Yeah, you bring up some good points there. You know, about the duplication again. You know, that's really been the key, and the tools that we give you guys, you know, to help you be successful. And one of the things that Kurt just brought up is like this page here that you're on right now. Actually, is one of the tools that we have for our team. And the way this page works is there's a URL for this page, just like any other page. But at the end of that URL, you add your specific NWC user ID. Add that to the end of the link, and when you hand that link out and someone clicks on it, the button below this video is immediately coded to your join-up page. So you can go all day long. We do the live hangouts, but as soon as we're done with this live hangout, the recording of this hangout will be placed on this page, and you can promote this all day long. Let us do all the work for you. We're out there, you know, showing the proof, giving the testimonials, telling the stories, and when that person is ready to join, like hopefully you are soon, all you do is click that button underneath, and whoever gave you that page, you're going to be joining them. Right? How cool is that? And that's just one of the many, many, many tools that we have. I'm going to skip around here a little bit. Tom, you're going to wait. So we're going to go to I'm going to go to Tony next. Okay, Tony, I don't know you that well. We've never kind of met in the internet world, but I've been watching you ever since you've been added to this group. And from what I understand, you have a full-time job, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me, Michael? First of all.
Yes, I can. Yes, and you have a full-time job.
Okay,
right?
great. Well, I had to share something with you. When I first started this about a little over a month ago, or actually just about a month ago, yes, I had a full-time job, regular 40-hour week, sales job, and had some crazy hours though. I worked from 11:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. So a lot of that's prime time business when you're doing networking like this. 6, 7, 8 o'clock, that's prime time. But I had a full-time job working 11:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. I had Fridays off, worked Saturdays, and I haven't had my Sundays off, thank God. But full-time job, married, 27 years, so you got to maintain that relationship with your spouse. We have 5 kids as well. They're older though. My 3 older ones. One's already graduated college. I still have 2 in college, and I have a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old still at home. So I'm involved in ministries at church and things like that. So
Tony, one of the reasons why I asked you that is for those people out there that are in that position, I mean, holy cow, kids, a job with a ton of hours, and what's been amazing from my perspective is in the group, man, I see you adding people and you get sales coming in and everything's rolling in, and you've got all this stuff going on. I mean, for someone out there that's in your position right now, which is going to be a lot of people, nearly everybody has got a job, and and a lot of them have some kids. I mean, how you been fitting this in, and why do you think it's working so well for you?
I mean, that is a great question because not everyone is a full-time marketer that can dedicate almost unlimited amount of hours, 8, 9 hours a day, or even 4 hours a day. Like Holly, you dedicate some time in the morning. You got to plan it into your day. It's got to be a priority. And I used to say this years ago, you got to work your business like your life depends upon it, because you don't know when your life is going to depend on it. And I bring that up for a reason, and the only other person on this panel that knows this is Tom. But yesterday, I got the pink slip from my job.
Oh my God!
So in these last 4 or 5 weeks, I've been able to develop about half of my annual income in my first month. So you know, when I got home and told my wife, she knows what I've been doing, and most people would be pulling their hair out, you know, running scared, not knowing what to do, worried to heck. But my wife and I actually did the happy dance when I came home with the news. And this morning, you know, my phone rang and there was a sale that came in this morning. So you know, we're excited about this sudden turn of events in our lives. You know, and so I'm excited about the next 4 weeks now that I can, you know, dedicate more time to this.
That's the first thing I just saw. I'm like, oh my God, the way this guy's been producing with those hours, you know, you're gonna outproduce me now. You're gonna me and Tom, man, you're gonna be like the new #1 guy here. Holy cow! But
well, you know, and you know what, Michael, you do bring up a very good point too, and I'll try to make this short. Most people look at this kind of industry and say, you know, only people that make money are those at the top. But with this compensation plan, you know, a new person can start tomorrow and produce more than me, can produce more than Mike, can produce more than Tom. As a matter of fact, I have a team member. He's a full-time marketer. When I was working my job, I've known him for years. He's a full-timer. He's also a six-figure earner. He came in and you know, he's doing other businesses, but very minimal part-time. He made more than me now. I think he's at 2,600, I think, so far, and I'm roughly at about 22, about 22 a month now, residually, but he's at 26. So, you know, you don't worry about, oh, I'm not going to make as much as Tom or Mike or anybody. You can come in and make more than these guys if you just put in the work, put in the effort, be consistent. Like, you know, there's a common theme here, guys. Be consistent. You know, learn. You know, apply and just do it consistently every single day.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony, for coming out and telling us your story. Next guy I'd like to talk to is Chris. Are you hiding behind the picture there? Are you there? Come on out, Chris. I'll give you a couple seconds. There we go. All right, Chris. Now, Chris, same type of situation. You know, we've bumped into each other on the internet, you know, for last couple of years. You know, we've never really, you know, teamed up on anything. You know, but the one thing is, I've seen him through the years. You know, earn pretty well. I don't know what his level of income is, but I know he's done pretty well. So from someone out there, Chris, that's, you know, been successful, I've seen you have success with my own eyes. You know, what made you come over to here? You know, what made you grab this? Why didn't you just stick with, you know, whatever you were doing? You know, what made you jump onto this?
Well, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome, okay. I've known of National Wealth Center, you know, Peter, for a long time. You know, I've been familiar with the company, but the main thing is the stuff that I was doing in the past was all one-shot affiliate commissions. And I remember, and Alfredo's not on here now, so I can see the big smile on his face, but you know, I was sick a while back, got out of the hospital, and he contacted me. He's like, dude, what are you doing for residual income? I mean, when you're sick like that and you can't do anything, you know, behind the computer or whatever, or work a job, your money stops. And I was like, wow. So I kind of sat back for a little while, and then that's when Tom contacted me a few months later with this. And I already was familiar with the company, and I knew Tom. So I was like, yep, because I worked with Tom, you know, way a long time ago on a few things. So I knew I was in good hands, and I'm just like, yep, I got to do this. I need, you know, it had the things that I like. I mean, I like the instant pay me now money, and then it has, you know, the residual on the back end. I mean, you can't beat that. And then when I got in with him, when I saw what he was offering with the training, and then you came in, and we have Alfredo, and all the, I'm kind of, mind-blowing because individually I've known of all you guys. I've been a part of all, training separately with you guys. So to have all this stuff combined onto one team and access to everybody is phenomenal.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I mean, that's one thing that really blew me away. I already said it at the beginning here, is just the amount of six-figure and seven-figure guys that we have, and they're all cool people. They all come in and share their stuff. So you're right. We get in and we can just tap into all this knowledge. It's pretty special what we got going on here.
I like I said, it's mind-blowing to me because you get into the training sites and you see everything that's there and it's like, wow. I mean, I have days where I'm looking at that going, where do I start? It's all great information. I want to take it in all right now. But, it takes time to get through this stuff, but it's all super valuable training. And if you guys put everything to work, it will make you money. The Facebook method alone, that's all I've been doing. I wanted to mention that too. It's just Facebook. No paid ads on Facebook, just connecting with people like we're taught, and up over $7,000 a month now.
Boom.
And I haven't worked that hard. I kind of feel lazy because I haven't put effort into this. This isn't effort. This isn't really work to me. I'm just hanging out on Facebook. And the cool thing is, I have a daughter too, and my wife, and I keep telling her, what's cool about this is, if I want to walk away from it, I hit the power button on the computer and I'm off for the day. That's it. And I'm still making money in the background.
Right. And the point that you brought up earlier, it's sick again. If something happens, anything, you're in a much better position now because there's nothing worse. And firsthand, I'm not preaching to the choir here. If you do get sick and you're laid up, I mean, the stress is unbelievable. Because how are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to take care of your family and support your family? And that's that's some pressure right there.
I was working a job at the time. I was very part-time because I didn't really need to. The affiliate commissions were actually going well. But that job went bye-bye as soon as I got sick, and I was like, man, now what? Because now I really got to hustle to make those one-time payments come through. And this system came along at the right time, and it was just, wow, it's working perfect.
Nice, thanks.
I mean, you got the right company, you've got you guys training, and it's,
awesome.
I'm blown away. Crazy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out and sharing that. Now, this last guy, Tom, you guys all know, but I want to tell a little bit, a little intro to this guy before I bring him out. As he mentioned, we've known each other for, many years. We basically started almost right at the exact same time, and, kind of grew up together, in this industry. And, a little story about Tom that used to piss me off about this guy is that he was the master at, like me, right? I'm a very analytical guy. I always have to have the best tools, so I've always got to have that hosting and the best capture pages and the website and all this stuff and have everything rolling. And Tom here would create complete funnels with all free stuff. Like he'd go to like Weebly and create a free site and and everything was free. And I'd ask him, what are your expenses per month? He's like, I'm not paying anything. I'm like, what? And it'd be all these ugly free sites. And here I am, I'm like, testing out what color my button should be, and what this should be, and doing all this crap. And he's got these ugly free sites, and he's sitting there making like 10 grand a month with them, right? And it wasn't until like almost 8 years later where he finally contacts me and goes, hey, how do you do hosting? Where do I find a host? Well, so you're finally going to do that. You're finally going to go out. And he stepped up his game. But the guy made 6 figures many years with no hosting and all free stuff. I don't know how the hell he did it. He used to piss me off. But anyways, Tom, you had a business going. You were making money. You didn't need this program at all. You were doing really well, just like I was. What got you excited about this, buddy?
Well, actually, it's funny because the other business I was promoting, I actually was not doing well anymore because I just didn't have my heart into it anymore, because it wasn't converting as well as what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now is converting even better. And I always say, when your belief level is low in something, then you can't market anything and make any money in something. When your belief level is high in something and you believe in it because of the, the team training, the battery recharge we do, the prospecting webinars for everybody, the constant support that we have on a daily basis, all that stuff. And then when other people are making money, all this stuff is going on, and it just gets you reignited for business again. So, So prior to me getting started just in internet marketing, I was just like Michael as well. I mean, he was working at our competitor Domino's. I was working at CiCi's Pizza as a general manager, and they wouldn't let me wear the hat there. Darn it. but anyways, So I was in there. He knows the exact hours we used to do. Even Kurt, he used to be a restaurant manager too, so we worked like 12, 15 hours a day, barely any times with our families or friends or any time to do anything. So when I first got started in this, I barely had time to even learn internet marketing or anything, and that's why I remember there was times where I'd work a shift from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m., and then I would be like, I got to get this thing. I have a job to take care of my bills, and I'm truly grateful for that. But I got to get this. So I would be up till like 1 a.m. and spend an extra 4 hours a day just to learn this thing. And then when I started making a little money, I asked the owners. I said, "Hey, listen, I'm doing medium well, right, for your steak, But anyways, I'm doing medium well in my business right now, and I was wondering if I could maybe just work on the weekends, like 3 days a week, like." Maybe 12 hours a day, 3 days a week for $2,000 a month or something like that, because my expenses were like $1,500 a month, and I guess $500 was for entertainment stuff and everything. So, so basically, I got it down to where I got to work my business 4 days a week, and then I was working CiCi's 3 days a week, and I'm truly grateful for that. You don't even know. So my bills were taken care of, and then I was getting better at internet marketing. I don't know if I even shared with the team this story that I used to do, but yeah. So I've always coached people. I said, when you get started in marketing, it's always good. It's not bad to have a job. It's really not bad to have a job at all. In fact, can you hear me?
Yeah, I said good point.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people, while you're going through your learning curve, even just the first 6 months to a year, you should have a job, because the thing is that you see my results, but you don't recognize that my results are a reflection of the hard work that I put into this already. You know what I mean? It's not like I just went online my first day and boom, I had $45,000 in 2 months. Oh, speaking of which, let me show you some results real fast, because I like to show results for fun. Let me wait. Can you? Okay. Nod your head up and down if you can see my. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So this is the this is my back office in just 9 weeks right here, $45,475, and this was, I did the numbers. It's $5,000 a week. I remember when I was doing CiCi's, I was making barely $500 a week or something like that. But now I added a zero, and my average monthly residual per month is $22,500 per month, average monthly. So, and we're doing some big things with the team right now, where this probably looking like the way that we're going with this and the training and the tools, this will probably be at literally 6 figures in the next few months, if not the next 2 months, because it's already at 45 grand. So that's what I want to show you right there. And like I said, my friends, all the results that you see for myself are just, again, if I can unblur myself for a second. Sorry, I'm poking everybody in the eye here. Take that.
Ouch, ouch.
Okay. Wait, I'm freaking blurry still. Hold on. This is a good.
We can hear you
though. Okay, so everything you guys see right now is just a result of the hard work that I've already put in. That's it. So I want everybody to come in here with a clear expectation that once you come in, you decide to click the link below now, you're going to be learning how to do this. Number 2, you're going to be into a training process. Number 3, we teach you how to get results within the first 48 to 72 hours, which you've seen on the panel tonight. You've seen people get sales within their first 48 hours, 72 hours, you know. But I'm going to tell you that I can't guarantee you're going to do that because I don't know your work ethic. My work ethic was I want time. I want time with my family and friends. I want to have the freedom to work in my pajamas and my I love you shirt, you know. I want to, and furry hat. You know, I want to be able to do this. So I didn't mind having a job. In fact, I wasn't one of those types who said, well, I'm going to quit my job and fire my boss, which I started studying this stuff called law of attraction. And did you know that if you actually say, I hate my job and I'm going to quit it and I'm going to fire my boss, you're actually keeping your job longer because you're attracting it, you know, more. So what you do is you be grateful for the job you have. I was grateful, and I was grateful that there was food there for me, and I just started writing a list every night of what I was grateful for, you know. And then within that time, I would do visualizations of they would be sad to see me go type of thing, you know, but happy for me that everything is successful. And when I got that feeling within inside of me, I started attracting more success. And then when I was finally telling my boss, hey, listen, I'm going to finally, you know, work my internet business full time, they literally were sad to see me go because I put in all my work and effort into that job, and I made sure that the store was always taken care of every single time. So with that being said, if I could inspire you all when you get started tonight, don't worry about having a job. It's not. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's me being transparent. I'm not saying that I made this money overnight, but I am saying I made this money through consistent hard work and effort and training and not quitting. And that's the biggest point. So that's my story, Michael. Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah, and you bring up a lot of great points. I went through that exact same thing at Home Depot. You know, I went through a stage where I was super angry at first. You know, I was mad at myself because I was in there. I felt like a failure to my family. You know, I hated working for kids. You know, I mean, I was an angry person for a couple of months there. You know, and I eventually, exactly what you said, I had to just, you know, around me there, and you know, it all was because I was an ass. You know, and you know, once I finally got, you know, snapped out of it and stopped feeling sorry for myself, I did the same thing. I started appreciating the job, started, you know, saying, man, it's, you know, at least it's giving insurance for my family, right? They're giving them health insurance, and it's, you know, it's allowing us to eat. You know, that's a good thing. And, you know, and at the time during the recession, there were people way worse off than me. There were people homeless, you know, that didn't make, they lost absolutely everything. They couldn't get jobs, you know. So I had to look at it that way and just look at it, look, I feel grateful for this, and I just set a goal. I'm going to be out of this job in X amount of months, you know, and I set that goal and I did it, you know, and you just, you know, be grateful for that job when you go to it. So that was a really good, it's got a pretty good, you know, gist of everything here. You got, you know, some good information from a lot of different people from all walks of lives. You know, from restaurant owners, from pizza shop workers, from single moms, you know, and I think you've got a great idea of this business now and why it converts so well. So what you need to do is you need to make a decision. You have really two choices here. If you get some more questions, you got a couple lingering questions, get back to your sponsor and they'll answer them for you. But if you're ready to rock and join this movement with us and start making some money, click that link below. Go ahead and click it. It'll take you right to the join page of the person that sent you to this page, and get started. And what's going to happen when you get started is you're going to get plugged right in. You're going to get plugged into the group, into the team, and into the training. And you're going to be blown away by what's in there, and blown away by the support, and blown away by the quality of people that you're going to be surrounded with. You know, I guarantee it. All right. I guarantee it. So yes, click the link below. I would like to thank everybody on the panel that came in today. You know, the people that I really haven't met, I enjoyed meeting you, and thanks for coming out and telling your stories. I learned a lot. Good night, guys.
All right, everyone. Good night.
Thanks, partner.